Hey Ruth, Kerry Bergeron here with Snap and Media. I wanted to make a quick video to accompany the information I said I would send last week by today. Catching up over the weekend, so it's late on Tuesday here. I was traveling and catching up with a bunch of stuff, so I apologize I didn't get to you earlier in the day. But I just wanted to do a quick video and walk through some of these quick points in this report, and then I'll show you a couple other key points and pieces of information that you might find interesting as well. So we'll just jump right into it. So on the report here, so it's actually ran on the 11th, which is last week. What it does is it breaks down your primary categories of your company and business online. So links and authority, rank checking, local listings, reputation manager, which is basically your reviews, your Google My Business, on-site SEO, and social. And we can just walk through it real quick so you have a high-level overview. So your website and links and your website authority online is kind of broken down here a little bit with your competitors. So Google indexes how many pages your site has and how many are actually indexed in Google, and that will show up in Google. So right here there's a pretty big discrepancy between you and the average competitor in your niche. You do have a good trust workflow, a majestic it's called a trust flow basically, so that's good. That's how many links are coming into your site and how trustworthy they are. Your total link count is a little bit, well, it's a bit below your competitor, so this is an issue as well. The more links you get back to your website, it's like a vote for your website in the eyes of Google, and that ranks you up higher. So your competitors are kind of outpacing you on that. And then your domain authority has to do with kind of the links coming in again, how important they are, and how Google sees those as part of your authority in your overall niche. Right here now you're ranking a little bit below your competitors. And then total linking domains, you're also below. So, and this is a little confusing, the total link count and linking domain is something we can talk about. We can explain the differences, but I want to keep this short. We put some keywords in here for you, and you're ranking pretty decent in these. This is your local listing, so you're like number 2 in here for nursing, nurse staffing in Aurora, local listings, and then organic, and pretty decent rankings here. There are some room for improvement. Let me show you here real quick. I'll bring this over and let's do a search for nurse staffing in Denver, and I'll kind of quickly walk you through this. So obviously these are paid ads here, and you guys are showing up number 2, or something that's ABC 1, 2, or 3 in the local listing. So that's good, and that's what let's see. Nurse staffing in Denver, right there. So you're number 2 or B location position, so that's good. And then you scroll down to the organics, and there's some room obviously for improvement with you have some competitors here kind of ahead of you with your organic listing, so those can be improved on a bit with that. And so what this report does is it shows you where you're ranking: Google, mobile, Maps, Yahoo, kind of your local listing, and then your organic listing here. And these are pretty close. Pretty true, except it depends on the area you're in. It'll adjust a little bit, and you always want to check your listings in an incognito browser, because if you just use your regular browser, Google will actually customize those results for you, so your rankings will be higher than what other people would see. And next we go into the local business listings here. These are your listings on other sites like Dexnos, Foursquare, Google Hot Frog, and the information that is displayed on there. Now, these should all be similar, and there's an issue with the different phone numbers and the different suite numbers and how they're organized. This actually affects your listings in the local listings, and there's ways to get these all in line with the same exact information. These numbers, while they both might ring into the same number at the office there, Google will see these as 2 different numbers altogether, and they need to be similar, or the same actually. Here's your reviews pulled in. You can kind of go through this, the reviews and where they're from. Obviously, there's a couple that aren't the best. We can help you work on that. We have a way to cultivate reviews and get them put online for you. More review information and your competitors, some of your competitors in the industry. And then your on-site SEO, which needs some work. You can kind of go through, and this is something we could talk about. I'm not sure how technical you are, but this breaks down kind of the areas that need help so that you can rank higher in the positions you're looking for on Google and different sites like that. There's your mobile rendering, different keywords, how many times they appear, and that sort of thing, your social. And then at the bottom here, a whole bunch of info, probably more than you need, but it breaks down kind of specific pages and what's wrong with them and how to fix them. And that's something we do. We do a combination of on-site work and off-site work to get you ranked higher for local listings, for organic, for just anything you need and you're trying to target. And I wanted to show you one last piece of information. We have another tool that we use to check your website really thoroughly. This is probably information overload for you. And let me see if I can get this in the frame. What this is your site. We search everything on it. It's a very clear representation of kind of what's happening. As far as clear as far as we're concerned. Maybe, like I said, too much for you. But what we can look at here is your organic search and kind of your traffic. So this is the traffic coming in to your site. So it looks like probably in early January 2017 you might have engaged another SEO company to do work, or you started some kind of work or outreach or adding content to the site, and you can kind of see that here as it goes. And you're ranking keywords over time and that sort of thing. And what's interesting is your top ranking keywords are actually your company name. And I mean, that's good and bad, because it's good because people know your name, but it's also bad because people who are looking for your services in other areas like nurse staffing or medical staffing aren't probably finding you as high as they should, with these being the top search terms there. And what we can do is we can actually dig down a little bit further, and this is the last thing I'll get into. I'll let you go. Let's see. So I'll move this again here. So what we can see is these are all your keywords you're ranking for. There's about 402 of them. And let's do this here. Let's see if we can get in. Okay. So there were 402 of them. There's a lot with your actual name in it. And so, like I said, that's great because people are searching for you and getting to know your brand, which is awesome. But if we search by everything without SOS in it, we get a kind of a clearer picture of the keywords, the volume that keyword is bringing in, and then your positioning with that keyword. And so this is really a clear representation of missed opportunity. This volume is based on a third party's kind of analytics. So this is actually higher in Google than it is showing here, but it gives you some idea of a representation of the traffic that you could be missing. And as I went through this, it was really interesting down here. I saw some pretty big ones here. Cardio tech with 200. CNA jobs is a good one there for some traffic. Staffing agency Aurora, it's more generic, but travel CNA companies, I think that might be something you fall under. It's 200 or more people searching a month on that. Your position is 42. I'm sorry. It's gone up 20 points in the last month for, I'm not sure why, but it has, the keywords go up and down depending on what's happening in Google's changes. And let's go more. Yeah, so I saw, yes, a travel CNA here for 600. So plenty of opportunity, absolutely, with the SEO, your rankings. And I'll leave it at that. I want to make this under 10 minutes here. Again, my name is Kerry Bergeron. I'm with Snap In Media, and we help companies all around achieve higher rankings in Google. And if you need any assistance, or you have any questions, or you just want to talk, or if you have somebody working on your site now and you want a second opinion, let me know. I'd be happy to have a phone call with you, and we'll go from there. Have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.